Mic check, 1 2 1 2, mic check, 1 2 1 2. What is good? What is good? What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I be. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again. You should already know that this one is poised to be an instant classic in the making. If this is by far your first time to the Dr. Mike TV experience, by all means, make sure you subscribe, notify, and do all the good things to make yourself well versed in the Good Doc's content. All my good stuff shall be listed in the links in the description area below. Official time check, ladies and gentlemen. I think you're about 9:28, almost 9:30 in the AM Philippine Standard Time, which makes it what 9:30 p.m. for all my people. Uh Eastern Standard Time back in the United States, and what 6:30 for all y'all representing that West Coast. I ain't said that in a minute, but a shout out to all my brethren over there on the West Coast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first live since being overseas, and I'm kind of excited, man. Y'all know the internet's ass in the Philippines, but I'm trying these backgrounds though. Yeah, it looks a little shitty, so I'll probably never use the backgrounds again. But at the same time, man, I just thought I would come through politic with you guys for a minute. It's been a while. I just wanted to do a brain dump because I can tell you right now, I haven't had a live since I've been back to the United States, since going to Korea and now in the Philippines and shit like that. I haven't had a live. I have not had a sit down conversation with you guys. So I wanted to give you guys at least a moment to interact with the good doc. You know what I'm saying? Say what's on your mind, speak your truth. I put out some videos that maybe some people agreed with, didn't agree with. By all means, let me hear what you guys got to say. But at the same time, I'm here to answer questions. A lot of you guys who have been to Korea before, shout out to y'all, shout out to the Korean gang. But if you have not, and you just have any questions about my experiences there, what I've seen, what I've been through, shit like that, by all means, let me know. All right, I'm here to answer questions. But if you guys have no questions for me, guess what? I will gladly go on back to my business. All right. But again, appreciate you guys for subscribing. Appreciate you guys for locking in on the videos. I hope you guys are enjoying the shorts as well. Everything that I put out for you guys, I'm definitely putting it out specifically for you guys, right? Things that I think you guys might be interested in, things that you may not be interested in, things that you might say, you know what, Doc, you might be onto something. I'm trying to give you guys a plethora of content, right? Because at the end of the day, the amount of content that I put out, or the variety of content, whether it just be walking around videos or sit down videos, or just me and the wife doing things, I want to see what you guys respond to the most. Right? I don't know exactly the reason why some of you guys come to the channel. Y'all might be new to this, but if you are, by all means, I appreciate you, and you are always welcome over here on the Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV's channel. Sincerely, how you doing, love? It has been a minute, and I do appreciate you, and I will send my regards to her. She is actually in the bed right now. I'm up early because I figured this would be the only time the Good Doc could put together a live show where everybody's up, right? I could do it 11 o'clock our time, but that's about 11 a.m. US time. So you're kind of like, well, maybe people are out, maybe people are about, maybe people doing their own jobs, going out. It is what I think it's a Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday evening for you guys. All right. So I understand that, I can catch you at this time, but if I do an evening show, my time, Philippine time, it's going to be what, 11 a.m. And you guys, like I said, y'all all got things to do. So I don't think that that'll work. So I just said, fuck it. Let me get up in the morning time. Let me have this live with y'all. Let me converse with y'all. If y'all have questions, by all means, please ask. This will be the first and probably the last time your boy uses this green screen effect. I thought it might be a good thing to try, but it's making your boy look ugly. It looks like somebody who doesn't know how to do Photoshop very well, but it's fun. I thought it'd be nice to have a little background. Of course, this is not the apartment. I'm pretty sure that y'all can recognize that or understand that by now. But at the same time, man, just always glad to have you guys in the building. Again, I'm gonna give you guys a moment to have your questions. Shout out to our brother Robert, man. What's good with you, pimping? Good to see y'all in the building, man. It's been a while. And again, I'm not having an expectation that too many of you guys are going to show up because, hey, it has been a minute since the Good Doc has gone live. And, everybody got things to do, right? Maybe I got to wake up in the morning. Maybe I got things to do. And I'm not even going to, stand in between y'all and that one. All right. Shout out to my brother Smooth. What's going on with you, man? He says, I see you out in the Philippines having fun. Yeah, man, I can't complain. I be loving those short videos you be putting out too, man. That shit's some good shit to watch, bro. But I know I seen your YouTube channel growing, brother, and I think you're doing some awesome things. And I'm glad that people are responding to you well, man. For sure. Because your boy's been off of YouTube for like, I've been in and out, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I've been kind of in and out with YouTube. I put some shit out there, but only since I've been back, creating overseas content and shit, it's kind of like the consistency is back to where it used to be. Back then, I may drop a video every few days, maybe every 5 days or so, man. But at the same time, it's like, I'm trying to get, like I said, provide a little bit of variety in the content that I put out. Again, you got to understand, we do content. I want to be able to satisfy audience needs and shit like that. I do enjoy what I do. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not going to put out everything that you guys want. And I've learned over time, and I'm telling you right now, I've kind of learned this since being back in the Philippines, right? Korea was different. Korea, like, I can say anything I want to, right? That's my first time, my first experience, right? In Korea. So anything and everything that came across my purview or anything that I felt noteworthy to talk about, I talked about it, right? 100% on the spot, made the video, put it out there for you guys to see. But when it comes to this Philippine trip, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There have been times where in my mind, I'm like, yo, man, Mike, just pull the camera out and start shooting, right? Because that's kind of not necessarily why I'm here, but it's what I do, right? If I'm in or I'm abroad or anything, I just want to take the camera out. I want to shoot. I just want to be able to show you guys some shit if I feel like it's noteworthy. But I oftentimes find myself not wanting to pull the camera out as often as I used to. I don't know if it's the fact that, it's the Philippines that I've been here. I've done that. We're talking about season 3 right now. So there's like 2 other seasons of me actually being in the Philippines, or if it's just, sometimes life is better lived, without the camera. Right. I have it with me at least 90% of the time that I go out, but I just don't like hitting record as much as I used to, bro. It's not that I'm not interested in YouTube anymore or anything like that. I still like YouTube and I still like to brain dump. I still like to get everything off my chest, and I'm still going to always provide you guys the best content that I possibly can. But at the same time, it's like, bro, I can't keep pulling the camera out all the time because life is going to be more focused on content as opposed to just living. Like, bro, you got to understand, I haven't been to the Philippines in roughly 5 years, like just before, the CV hit, that was the last time I was in the Philippines. So it's kind of like, I just want to come back and I want to live it, right? I just want to embrace it. I want to be able to have fun with it. But at the same time, I don't want to leave anybody behind, right? I want to be able to show you guys, hey, man, look at what the good doc's doing over here. Look at me, what I'm doing with my wife over here. I like to be able to share that type of shit with you. But I can tell you this trip, there has been at least so far to this point about 30 to 40% of content that's just not on camera, right? It's just not there, right? There's 40% of things that I've done, I've kind of just didn't want to record it. Like when it came down to it, I was like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to do it. I did, but I don't, because sometimes you kind of get caught up in the content as opposed to just living your life, right? And you can get that from any content creator. Again, shout out to my boy Lee, my boy Smooth Lee. He said it best. Like I said, I watched that video, right? You got so many people that kind of use YouTube as a career, right? They kind of use YouTube as their supplemental income, because they need it, right? So you'll see them putting out videos all the fucking time, like every single day, every other day. And I'm doing that right now because I'm overseas. But, sometimes it's like, it's not as fun as, a lot of people think it is. And I'm speaking from the content creator part of it, right? Do I have a lot of subscribers? I have enough. Do I get a lot of views? Not enough, right? But at the same time, this is just what I do. Like, this is what I do, and I do it because I have the most fun doing it. But at the same time, man, we just don't always want to pull the camera out. And that's just kind of been the vibe lately, especially since touching down in the Philippines, right? Yeah, I love what I do, but at the same time, man, I want to give you guys as much shit as I possibly can, but also I want to be able to live without having to feel an obligation to fucking record all the time, Sincerely says, I watched your video about Korean girls versus Filipinas. P9s will always be the best. I personally do believe that. A lot of people believe Good Doc has bias when he says shit like that. But I will say this, right? I challenge anybody, just anybody, to find me Asian women that don't fit the actual reasons why. Like, find a group of Asian women that you feel touch on all 3 points that I made in my video and tell me that they're better than Filipinas. And that, I think, goddamn, that video is not old, my bad, but I'm gonna try to get it right. I did believe I said that easy to communicate with because they speak English. Um fuck, easier to maintain, I believe that was the second one, and the third one was they're just fun, like genuinely just fun to be around, right? And in those three perspectives, if you can find a group of young ladies, Asian women specifically, because I did say the best women in Asia, that can beat Filipinas in that regard, holding true to those 3 points, then I'd be willing to hear you out, right? A lot of people won't say that they can, but some people may say that they will. And who am I to say that they won't, right? He says, Mike, he said, do your brother post when you're ready. That is true. That's the only way it works, man. You got to do things at your own time, do things at your own pace. And that's kind of been what it's been about lately, right? In my mind, before I came here, bro, I was like super excited. I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna have the camera running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, man. I'm gonna have bitches all over the place. Da, da, da. You know, you have this grandiose view of what you believe you're going to be able to do, and it's not that you can't do it, it's just that when you get here and you've done it before, it's like, I don't want to redo some shit, right? I want to do something different. I want to be able to have some fun. Let me see if I can turn this light down just not dark enough. Back there. Ew, no, that's too dark. I'm trying again. Yeah, it's a bit light. Let me turn the light away a little bit. All right, anyway, but you know, kind of how I've been feeling lately, man. He says, I've seen your background on another YouTuber's channel. Yeah, we got the same apartment. Yo, shout out to StreamYard for the previewed backgrounds. I'm trying it. I'll probably never use it again. Don't judge me. I just thought it would be fun to try it out, right? But me and this YouTuber must have rented the same Airbnb or something. That's the only way. That's the only way. He said, "Did you just throw the WP sign on the West Coast?" I hope I didn't throw any gang signs, but if I did, yeah, my bad. Penized when it comes to communication, even to their face expression and body language, you would understand this. Yeah. You definitely know if a Filipino is feeling you or not. Like, I will say that there's very little left to the imagination. Most of them have no problem showing that they rock with you. Most of them have no problem showing that they have a genuine interest in you. But then again, we have to understand that there are a group of young ladies that are just shy, right? Y'all know the shy ones, right? The ones that don't want to talk to you. They like you. Oh my God, they find you to be just the greatest thing in the world. But at the same time, they just like, I don't know if he likes me back, or I don't want to talk to him. I'm shy to talk to the foreigner. You know, you're gonna have those types of young ladies as well. So guess what? It's kind of like, you know, you're at your own discernment or your own discretion to figure out if that young lady is interested in you or not. Because she may be. But then again, that's where the communication aspect comes in hand. And that's where a lot of us will say that's when you have to, you know, at your own accord, pursue, you know, not necessarily at your own risk, but pursue how you should. Because you can't always expect the Filipina to come to you. I've never really seen a Filipina approach a foreigner in any capacity. They'll give you what they would, they'll give you what a lot of people would refer to as choosing signals. You know, looking at you, trying to make eye contact, this, that, and the other, the things that you would probably get from most Filipinos that will say, hey, come talk to me, you know, or they're interested in you coming to talk to them. You'll get a lot of that, but I think it's up to you as the foreigner. You got to make the first move. It's very rare and close to impossible that a Filipina is going to make the first move. The only time that a Filipina is likely to make the first move is if she bout something, right? Let's call it for what it is. In most situations where a Filipina does make the first move, they usually are making that first move because, you know, this isn't their first rodeo, right? This isn't their first time to the party. So they've been with foreigners before, they've talked to foreigners before. So that shy shit out the window. They know what they want. And when I say they know what they want, it's not always just you. It's you and what you come with sometimes. So you just got to take that with a grain of salt. If they're that aggressive, that aggressive approach towards you in the beginning, right? It's a whole lot different with in-person communication as opposed to just that text online type of situation shit, because online anybody can say anything but be about nothing. Learn that the easy way. You can say a lot but not be about a lot, because online it makes it easier to say things and get your point across when ain't nobody like in front of you. But then when you have somebody or you try to tell somebody back that back up what you was talking about online, mum's the word. Nobody want to thought nothing, because they was able to concoct these beautiful messages that made you think that she was about everything that you were about. Gonna find out she's not. Very dangerous, my friend. Very dangerous. Is the HIV count high in the Philippines? Yes, it is. Matter of fact, let's see what it is. Give me a second. I'm going to pause my video. I want to take this background off, but I think I'm committed to it for the sake of the video. But give me a second. Let me stop the cam. Y'all can still see me. I'm going to bring up this HIV count, because the HIV count in the Philippines, it hasn't changed a lot. HIV count. We'll read the article on count in the Philippines. We'll do 2024. We're halfway through the year. What do you think? 2023, 2024. In May of 2024, Philippine Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa reported that the country was seeing at least 55 new cases per day. Yeah, that's the vibe right there. Let me see if I can bring this up. Shout out to AI, because they're the ones that's always helping us with our shit. Give me a second. This is just on the main page of a Google search. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull myself back up. All right, Doc. Start your camera. Got me. Let's see if I can present this real quick. I'm just going to share the screen. HIV cases. I'm going to share it. All right. I hope y'all see what I see. HIV cases right here. The AI overview in 2024. Hold up. I hope I'm not going to be able to zoom that in, but I'll just read it out to you guys. In May of 2024, this is as early as what, 2 months ago? Or as late as, or the latest of 2 months ago, the health secretary, Mr. Herbosa, said that the country is now seeing 55 new cases of HIV per day, which is one of the highest rates in the world. This is despite the country having a low HIV prevalence rate with only 0.1%. I'm not sure exactly what prevalence rate is. I'll have to do a little research on that. Prevalence rate, do a little more research on that one. But prevalence rate with only 0.1% of adult population estimated to be HIV positive. However, the rate increase infection is one of the highest. So, yeah, the adult population aren't the people that are actually getting the HIVizzle. It's not them, dog. It's let me go ahead and stop the presentation. But yeah, it's not the adults that are getting it, guys. It's them children, man. And that's what makes it 10 times worse, right? So to all my foreign gentlemen who I love dearly, and anybody who watches the YouTube, or anybody who rocks with the Good Doc in any capacity, I just need you to understand, bro. Y'all can't come over here and be reckless. Y'all just cannot come over here and be reckless. You just can't. You can't, because it's scary. It's scary out here in these streets. And I made a video about this, and I think I've made at least 2 videos, maybe 3 videos, saying the exact same thing when it comes to these HIV cases, especially in a place like the Philippines. Okay. And I'm going to say it one more time, and I need you to hear me, right? A lot of people are really like on dick about Filipino bar girls and the ladies that work the night. Let's just call it for what it is. The ladies of the evening, right? Oh, I would never deal with a prostitute. I would never sleep with, a lady of the night or a professional. I would never do that, right? But in reality, it sounds crazy, but this is what the Good Doc believes in his sincerity. These are the women that are the safest. It sounds crazy, right? These are the women that are likely to be the safest, right? It sounds blasphemous, Doc. How in the fuck can you sit there and say that women of the night are the safest women in the Philippines that you can actually be with? Because these women actually do this for a profession. And when you do something for a profession, you do everything that you can to protect yourself at all costs, i.e., you're going to make sure that the foreigner or whoever you're dealing with puts on a condom, right? Because you might have multiple partners and you're going to make sure that you protect yourself with these multiple partners because you yourself do not know who these particular guys are sleeping with, right? So a lot of these women take care of themselves in that regard, as opposed to the young lady that you just met online who is probably completely ashamed of the idea of using a condom or don't know anything about the idea of using a condom, never even thought about it, right? She may have had one partner, maybe two partners her whole entire life, and she's never had to use a condom. But let's just say that one of those two partners was over here getting it in with half of the Philippines, lady boys included, right? Just getting it in. And he ends up sliding something over to her because he had multiple partners and she may have only had two. So the ones that you kind of need to be the most concerned about are typically the ones that you don't believe are the most promiscuous, right? The ladies of the night, they're going to protect themselves because they know what's out there in these streets. These girls who are so trusting and so loving and so wanting to please their partners and not really wanting to use condoms or even think of the idea of a condom. These are the ones you kind of need to be concerned about. And it's not because they're out there in the streets sleeping around with a bunch of guys. It's because they don't really believe in the idea of condoms, right? They just don't. And it's okay. I understand it. I'm going to tell you the truth. Since I've been married, I'd be damned I put one on, bro. Hell nah. I mean, with all due respect, just calling it for what it is, dog. I would never. Me and my wife, fuck that. I think let me not put out our details like that one, but let's just say it's been a long time since the good doc has had to go find him a rubber. It's crazy. I probably couldn't put one on today if I tried, man. I don't like them shits. I don't. I really, really don't. And because I don't like them, I don't use them. Right? I don't use them unless I can't really imagine the reason I'd have to use them. But you get it though, right? I think those are the girls you really need to be the most concerned about. Because it's like I said, it's not of their promiscuity. They may have had one partner or two, maybe even three, a little risky out there. But if you've never strapped up with none of those partners or never had any of your partners strap up, it's just very, 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 very dangerous, right? Which is why I encourage y'all, be careful who y'all talk to online, bro. Y'all got to be careful who y'all be talking with online, right? Who knows how many foreigners this particular young lady may have been with or engaged with, right? Who knows how many Filipinos or local guys she's engaged with, right? You just never know. And again, that number could be small, less than a handful. But at the same time, all it takes is one dude that was out there just being reckless with a little willy, and it becomes a problem for you. Your shit start burning, right? So you need to start asking questions. I would personally ask you straight up, when was the last time you were with somebody? Like, I have no problem asking if that's the case, right? If you really want to know, because most of them won't lie. Most of them will not lie to you. They'll tell you straight up, yeah, last month or, beginning of the year or whatever. They'll give you an honest number, which is why you can't never be mad. Like, last time you was with somebody was this time. I feel like if you had something, chances are you'd probably be showing symptoms by now, and you're not really showing symptoms right now. And you get down there. See, I'm trying not to be too graphic, but you get down there, you get the business, and the thing don't smell like nothing. I'm not saying that smell is a clear indicator that something might be wrong down there, or non-smell doesn't necessarily mean that there's not nothing going on down there. But at the same time, it is a pretty decent indicator. If that thing ain't got no whiff of something funky, like some ceviche in this bitch, you might be okay. You just might be all right. And again, I'm not saying that's 100% definitive, but it is a good start when you do your thorough Trump exam and shit. Grab a bot. Never mind, don't do that. But you do your examination, and you realize things ain't not too bad. Hopefully, you go on about your business. All right. That's the only way I can say it. But yeah, man, 55 cases per day. It's very, very damning, right? And again, it's not the adult population, man. It's these kids. These kids are getting it. I mean, they're the reckless ones, man. They don't know. And it's crazy, but I say it too all the time, man. The youngins, man, if they're not in school, they ain't doing something. What do you think they're gonna do? Right? If you ain't got no school or nowhere to be, right, and you're at home all day, probably in heat, fuck what you think these girls gonna do, man? They gonna go out there and try to do something that they find to be fun. What do most people find to be fun? I mean, I think it's fun. I'm pretty sure the greater majority of you guys think it's fun. So what do you think they're going to do when there's nothing else to do? Say it one more time for all my people in the nosebleeds. What do you think they're going to do when they don't have anything else to do, right? They're not focusing on their studies. They don't have studies to focus on. They're probably just hanging out all day online on social media, right? You find you another little Fernando in the barangay, and y'all just start just hanging out and keeping each other's company. She finds you to be fun, you know. You find her to be a good time, nice to be around too. And hell, what you got going on today? Nothing. We want to do something? Sure. Why not? It really is kind of that simple, unfortunately. When you're young, right? And you're in heat and you hit puberty or whatever, it starts to become, hormones running crazy. Trust me. I remember what it was like in high school. Shit was wild, bro. Good times, but wild for sure. He said bar girls get checked once a week at the clinic. So yes, these women, whether you like to believe it or not, these are the young ladies that are very much protecting themselves. They're doing everything that they can because they got to. You feel me? So they're not the dirty ones. That's the crazy part. They're not the ones they're not the ones you need to be worried about. Okay. They're not the ones that you need to be worried about. Right. Because they know this is a job. Right. They are aware that this is a job. It's the ones that that are not in the profession, but are still hot and twat that kind of got things going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So what do you like in our country in the Philippines? Well, Ness, if you're new to the channel, appreciate you for the question because there's a million and one things that I like about the Philippines. One thing that is highly underrated about the Philippines is the humidity, right? The humidity is probably my top 5, right? A lot of people be like, oh my God, foreigner likes that it's hot. Absolutely. I love that it's hot, right? It allows me to sweat, perspirate, and when you sweat, lose a little bit of weight. So I like to walk around in the Philippines, man, just get my sweat on, man. Drop some pounds and stuff because it's damn near the only place in the world where I can actually do that at. I'm not doing a lot of walking if I'm in the United States, man. I got a car, I'm driving place to place. I ain't getting my steps in and shit like that. So definitely the humidity. That's like number one. And that's one of the most underrated things about the Philippines that I think a lot of foreigners don't like, or at least most Filipinos that I come across hate the fact that it's hot and humid there. But I enjoy it, man. I put on some clothes I don't give a fuck about and I start perspirating. I like being able to walk around and get a good sweat in, right? But me, I'm very fond of the food. Can't lie about that one. One thing that the foods I would say top 3, sinigang, Kenny Lau. No, not Kenny Lau. Yeah, no. Is it Kenny Lau? No, it's not Kenny Lau. It's Kawali, excuse me, lechon Kawali. Sinigang, and you could throw adobo in there, caldereta and shit like that. So the food is actually one of my favorite things as well. When I go there, certain foods I have to have. My favorite fruits, my pabaritos, my paborito as far as fruits are lanzones, mangosteen. Those are like my 2 favorite. I could eat them religiously, as well as pomelo. Can't go wrong with pomelo. Pomelo is sweet grapefruit to me. It's the most beautiful fruit on earth. It's juicy, it's delicious, sometimes kind of sour. Don't really care for the sour part, but yeah, love the fruits, man. Love the fruits. He said, took your advice about the Moisture Wicked t-shirts from my Chicago trip. It definitely works well. Thank you. Yes. For some reason, it just works. I don't know. Like I said, I can't swear by it for everybody, but for some reason, the dry fits, the Moisture Wicked, same thing. The dry fit t-shirts, they kind of just work a little better for me. right? T-shirt dries itself out and it keeps me, keeps, your body a little bit dry. You know what I'm saying? Purpose of it being called a dry fit. In the Philippines, it's done wonders for me. Again, not gonna lie, I still have cotton t-shirts, right? I still have t-shirts that are cotton, like the one that I'm wearing right now. I haven't taken it out because it's gray, and unfortunately, gray don't always agree with sweat. And I do not need to have any sweat marks on me, so I don't wear this one outside. But I definitely do like my moisture wicking tees. All right. And I think it does serve a purpose. Now I wouldn't get a tight one though. I just realized one of my biggest mistakes is, good that like try to show off like he caught these and shit. So my shirts are a little bit tighter. Kind of get them a little. I would recommend getting like a size up, something just a little bit looser, not something that's like a tight fit. You know, that was the only thing that I think I wish I could change about the shirts that I did get, but I'll still work the same. All right. But yeah, man, unless you guys have any questions, let me know. Give me a second. I got to take care of something. Just let me mute my mic and I'll be right back. But if you guys got questions, by all means, leave it in the chat and I'll catch you when I get back. Give me 1 second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. My bad. Back to it. So yeah, that's what I like about the Philippines. I hope you caught that answer. Moisture wicking teas for sure. She says, "Do you think that Koreans are superficial people?" Ha ha. That is a very good question. That is a very very good question. Um, I'm gonna have to go. See, I hate it because it's a general statement, and not all Koreans are like that. 100%, they're not all like that. Not at all. Not all of them, but there are a few that I've even. It's not that I've had experience with it, but I've seen it firsthand. Right, the superficialism, if that's a word, I've seen it firsthand. It's a little different. It's a little different, but you know it's hard to explain it only because I've seen it in damn near every culture, every group of people. I've seen it amongst my own people. I've seen it amongst white people. I've seen it amongst Latinas. I've seen it amongst any group of people in the world. That's why you can't really say, oh, are Korean superficial. It's hard to say it's just them, but I can say that I have seen situations wherein Filipinas have, I'm not Filipino, excuse me, but some Korean young ladies have shown a level of vainness about themselves that kind of is like a hell of a turnoff, right? But again, like I said, you can get that with anybody, right? So let's not be unfair and be like, oh yeah, it's only them. But the white skin, then often taking pictures of themselves, the selfies, and oh, look at how beautiful I am, this, that, and the other type shit. I've seen it firsthand. it sucks, but at the same time, you can't just say that that's specifically, you know, specifically for, Korean young ladies. Cause again, it can go anywhere. But, for a society that really does pride itself, not necessarily Koreans, I can't say it like that, but you know, when you can undergo cosmetic surgery like that, it's very easy to fix any problem that you damn well have about yourself that you don't like, right? When you can go under the knife so quickly and fix whatever it is that you don't like, maybe you want to get that porcelain skin. Maybe you want to change the structure of your cheekbones. Maybe you want to change something about your face, nose, whatever it may be, rhinoplasty, all that shit. And when it's easy to get that done, then you'll just get it done. All right. But again, if you got the money to do it in the United States, people are doing it in the United States. So they fly their ass down to Brazil or Mexico or some shit and get it all done. Right. Korean is westernized a bit, in my opinion. I can see exactly where that's coming from, sir. You don't have to tell me, no lies. There are certain aspects of it that have a Western vibe to it. Yes, it has a bit of a Western vibe to it. But then again, like I said, you'll see that in the Philippines too. There are certain parts of the Philippines that have adopted some Western like ways, right? So you could say it's the people that have done so, but I do see a lot of Filipinas dressing, acting, and being like Korean individuals. Like I see that shit, right? Often, right? The style of dress. Like imagine I just came from Korea. I touched down in the Philippines and I'm seeing Filipinas. And I know they're Filipinas because trust me, you could tell the difference. But their style of dress, their whole vibe, the way they carry themselves and all that shit is quintessentially culturally Korean, right? But they're Filipino. So, that type of aura and that type of, takeover is what I would like to call it, is definitely prevalent in the Philippines, right? So it's not as if it should be a big surprise to me because it's not. But imagine if you would believe that it has a Western way about it. Uh, Filipinos are kind of copying that Korean vibe. Now you kind of have the same situation, probably potentially popping off in the Philippines, right? So yeah, it goes both ways. He said just got back from the Philippines myself. Also spent a couple of weeks in Phuket. I hope Thailand treated you well, my brother. I hope Thailand treated you well. South Korea, the plastic surgery spot in Asia. You bet your ass, man. They boy, when you can just fix whatever problem you have, it's quick. It's a quick fix too, man. It's crazy. Again, it's like that, right? So that's why I'm not surprised if you have these cosmetically beautiful people, because it's easy to go under the knife and fix whatever it is that you don't like about yourself, right? It would be almost impossible for me to believe that there's a K-pop star that did not go under the knife, right? I think it's close. I can't imagine there being one. There may be one, but for the most part, you can tell that motherfuckers was not born like that, right? You can look at somebody in these videos, these K-pop videos, and be like, bro, there's no way in this world you were born looking like that. Maybe close, but you had to tweak something. Something had to tweak, right? Because you had to be visually appealing, right? And this is a new term that I recently came across. I think it's a K-pop and a Philippine pop thing. They call it visuals, right? The visuals of a group, right? The person that gets a lot of the camera time, or the person that's in front of like when they doing their little dances and shit, the person that's kind of always in the front and stuff like that. They call them visuals, right? So the most pretty or the most appealing individuals of the group are now in the front of the group. And again, right, I'm sure you had to go under, maybe not in the Philippine pop era. I think most of those girls are pretty natural, but in Korea it's very rare. You cannot convince me that these girls didn't go under the knife. You can't convince me. You can't convince me that these girls didn't go under the knife, bro. There is no K-pop group person that I could ever imagine in my life that did not go under the knife at least once in their life. All right. If you can tell me one, I will gladly look at that picture and we could just agree to disagree. But for the most part, I believe they've all Nip Tucked, right? Shout out to anybody who remembers that show, Nip Tuck. I never watched it. I just remember the name. He says the pale porcelain skin has never been attractive to me. I can see why. I can see why, but the only thing that would freak me out is if you had cosmetic surgery. And I'm thinking that our babies are gonna kind of look like you a little bit. Of course, they're gonna be tan because you know your boy a little dark skinned motherfucker. You know, chocolate over here. We do. I'm willing to accept that my child gonna have a tan, right? But it come out looking completely different, and baby ain't got none of your features, right? Except the eyes, probably, right? That becomes a problem at this point. Why? Because now I'm sitting here thinking, baby girl, you sleeping with somebody else? Because that baby don't look nothing like what you look like, right? And if you guys remember, I did this video like I want to say 3 years ago, right? There was a dude in China that sued his wife because his kids were, and I hate to say this because it's not nice, it's not cute, but he sued his wife because his kids came out ugly. He did. Yo, I've got to find that story, guys. If you enjoy the content, man, make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Man, I haven't said that yet, but if you guys like it, please make sure you drop a like for the good doc. He'd highly appreciate that one. If you guys want to support in any capacity, please feel free to do so. But like I said, I'm happy and blessed y'all choose to come through. Spend a little bit of time with your boy today. Now, then give me a second. I gotta figure this out. Chinese. I'm just talking to myself out loud. Work with me. Chinese guy sues wife after plastic surgery. I think this is the one. Sued on. Yeah, this is it. Sues wife over. Fuck, he gonna make me. I don't want to go that route. Let me see what the news says. But the man who sues wife for birthing an ugly baby. That was only a week ago. Oh damn. Oh, here's a newer story. I think. Nah, I don't want to do that one. I'm gonna find the one there's the one. There's the one. All right, y'all, give me a second. I'm gonna share this with y'all real quick. I'm gonna put myself in the corner. Hopefully you guys can read it. Give me a second. I'll pull it up because I remember the story. I remember distinctly. I can't find the link to it, and that's why it's just better to just go ahead and do it now while I got you here in the building. All right, so y'all just go ahead and read the story with me. All right, so like it says right here, Chinese man sues wife for being ugly. I thought she gave ugly birth to ugly kids. Oh, give me a second. A man from northern China who divorced and sued his wife for being ugly earlier this year has won the case after the court agreed with him. According to Fox 31, Jian Fang, I believe Jian, if I'm saying that wrong, charge it to my head, not my heart. Fang has been awarded a little under 75,000 pounds by the court. That Daily Mail reported. Fang said he took issue with his wife's look only after the couple's daughter was born. There we go. So they did have kids. He said that he was taken aback by his daughter's appearance, calling her incredibly ugly. Hey, man, if there's one thing that I know about Asian people, and I love Asians, and I'm going to say this is probably more so Korean and Chinese, they are brutally honest. Them motherfuckers are honest. They will tell you if you're ugly. They will tell you if they think you're ugly. And they will not give a fuck. That is one thing that I've learned. These people don't give a fuck. If they believe you ugly, you just ugly to them, and they're going to tell you that you're ugly. It hurts, right? With Filipinos, what I've learned is they have no problem telling you that you gained weight, right? So if you've gotten fat from the time that they saw you last up until this point, they have no problem telling you that you gain weight. So it's kind of the same thing. It's not meant to be rude, but sometimes these people don't give a fuck. They'll tell you if you ugly or not, right? It's crazy. But basically this man's talking about his daughter, mind you, calling her incredibly ugly and saying that she looked like neither one of her parents. Fang was so outraged that he initially accused his wife of cheating on him. Faced with the accusation, his wife confessed to spending 62,000 pounds on plastic surgery that altered her appearance drastically. She had gone under the knife before she met her husband and never told him about it after they met. Fang filed for divorce, saying that his wife had deceived him and convinced him to marry her under false pretense. The judge agreed, and the woman had to award him damages. That is the story. And Joe Biden dropped out of the race. We all know about that. Anyways, but yeah, that's the picture, man. That's the before and that's after. Oh, God. I don't know about y'all, but I cannot imagine being duped like that. I cannot imagine. Sorry, y'all. I cannot imagine somebody duping me like that. I think I'd cry. I'd be like, bruh, I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. You just wasted my time, bro. You just wasted my time, effort, and energy. Obviously, I hurt my ass. Bro, that would hurt my feelings, dog. I ain't gonna lie. He says, I think South Korean has more plastic surgery spot than the convenience stores. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen them. Those clinics are everywhere, dog. Cosmetics. I don't know if they're actual like surgery, like going under the knife, but anything to help physically enhance your cosmetics. Those clinics exist everywhere. And quick FYI, I'm just gonna throw that out there. It's none of my business. Nah, actually, shout out to my brother. Love that man to death. His wife actually owns 2 clinics of her own. Not necessarily under the knife type cosmetics, but his wife owns some clinics in the area that we were in Suwon. So yeah, it's everywhere, man. She's part of the gang. So it's good money though. I heard it's good money. I heard it's good money. Oh yeah, the Korean guys too, man. They go under the knife, man. No bullshit. Come on now. Call it for what it is, dog. Shit. Tell me one Korean pop star that ain't been under the knife, and I'll show you a lie. That I swear by. There is not one. There is not one that's natural, right? There is not one that's natural. At least in the Philippines, most Filipinos are about honest, right? You look at them, you can tell. Yeah, you are exactly who you are, right? There's this. I'm not gonna call her out, but there's this one Philippine. She's not a superstar or nothing, but she has a host, and she's like the host of her own show and shit. She about as natural can come, and I think that is probably one of the more endearing aspects about her, right? She ain't trying to be nothing outside of who she truly is. And I think that's why I respect her and like her content a lot, right? I'm not going to say her name unless you ask me her name. But yeah, there's this one artist, right? She's goofy, she's comedic. And she don't even try to impress y'all, bro. She is exactly who she is through and through. And that's kind of refreshing because you got all these people trying to be something that they not. And then here she comes just being as authentically Filipino as possibly as she can. And she be on some shit. Shout out to my boy SML. What's good? Yeah, man, that false advertisement hurt your feelings though. I couldn't imagine if my wife produced ugly babies. I think honestly, I would blame myself first, right? I'd be like, damn, did I do this? I honestly think that I would, right? Because my wife, to me, she beautiful, right? And I think if my kids came out ugly, I'd be like, damn, did I do this? And then come to find out she under the knife and shit. Oh, God. Make a little A. Marie. Hey, man, don't play with me. She had great music, by the way. A. Marie was a cutie. Damn. I was kind of mad that her career didn't go as far as it did. But then I used to get her and Cassie mixed up. But you can't get them motherfuckers mixed up no more because we know Cassie. We know all about Cassie now. Shout out, no Diddy, right? He said, you got to find out. He said that story about the guy suing his wife for ugly kids. This one I got to read. Yeah, that's the article. Damn, I deleted. I'm sorry, bro. Give me a second. Let me see. I'll give you the link. I'm pretty sure that you were with me when I got the story, but let me get you a link real quick so that you can see what it's easy to find. Just type in Chinese man sues wife after plastic surgery. Yeah. Just find that one, the article, Chinese man sues wife after plastic surgery. It looks like that's happened more than once. That's crazy. Oh man. He said there's a British guy who got plastic surgery to make himself look like one of the members of BTS. He said he was Korean. Hey man, I will never judge a man by how they choose to identify, bro. I can't. I don't give a fuck. I don't care enough, right? I will never judge you by how you choose to identify. If you want to identify as a Pokemon, I don't care. You just do it. I'm not going to give a fuck, right? Don't expect me to call you Charizard or Pikachu, right? If you identify as a Korean pop star or a member of BTS, and you want to change your name and you want to do all that, okay. I mean, don't expect me to play into it, but I'm not going to stand in your way, right? I'm not going to play into it, but I'm not going to stand in your way. Just do you, bro. Whatever makes you, whatever. Man, that video is so old, bro. Damn. I can't even remember the last. I don't even remember what I mean, fuck, I think if you type that in and then you type my name after it, hopefully it shows up. Chinese guy Sue's wife. Let me see if I can find that on my own YouTube channel. That's an old video, bro. I'm not even on YouTube right now. I'm on StreamYard. Yeah, but that video is old. But yeah, I had to find the story again for those that couldn't find it because I felt like that video is a throwback. That is a throwback. That's some years ago. All right. But yeah, I just felt like running through it real quick for anybody who hadn't seen it. Filipinos will call you chubby quick. Oh, they have no problem, bro. Filipinos will call you fat. No, fuck chubby. They call, ooh, you gain weight. Right. It's very subtle, but in a fucked up way too, though, bro. Like, yo, what are you trying to say? Man, I enjoy my rice, man. I like to eat. What the hell, man? Like, yo, it make you feel the way. Those is kind of fighting words, man. Like, yo, oh, you gained some weight. What the fuck you talking about? You gained some weight, right? Then you start getting all defensive and stuff. Yeah, man. They fat phobic, bro. Not fat phobic, but you get it though. They have no problem talking about your weight. Filipinas. Now, like I said, with Koreans and I believe the Chinese, man, they have no problem calling you ugly. They have zero problem. Call you ugly. He says, you got to show me pictures of you growing up. Bro, you do not want to see me growing up. And I don't have the pictures on this laptop. That's the only, man. Fuck. Do I have any on my phone? I don't think so, bro. Like, damn, I wish I could show y'all like my throwback pictures. Maybe I'll put it on a community post for you guys. Show you my old school throwback. Bro, I was chubby. I'm chubby now, right? But I've kind of grown into it a little bit. I've kind of like filled myself out just a little bit. Mine. But back then, your boy, a little chubby motherfucker. I loved it, man. I was eating good. I was a little round butterball. Like, I'll tell you straight up, man. And I loved every bit of it, man. I did. I ate good. Came from a good home. A home that had food. I'm just gonna say it, man. I ain't talking shit, but I ate good as a kid, bro. I ate good. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is probably the most unhealthy thing in the world. But I remember my dad let me eat McDonald's 13 days straight. That was the dumbest thing ever. It's crazy that I remember it because I think my mom was in the hospital at that time. Something had happened, and my dad every day, like he wasn't really one to cook. So he just took me and my brother McDonald's every day. I ate chicken nuggets for 13 days straight. Hey, man, I'm not proud of it, man. I'm a grown-ass man looking back on it. That is not a proud moment. But, hey, man, it was my moment. And I love chicken nuggets, bro. I don't know what the fuck you want me to tell you, bro. I was a chicken nugget fiend. I still eat them today. Matter of fact, I just had some, like, McDonald's earlier. It sucks, but I need to get off that shit. He said, reminds me of that movie, I'm gonna get you sucker, where she started taking off all them fake stuff. Yeah, man. Bro, I tell people often, I said, let me see what you look like with all that shit on, right? You know, you got girls who like to talk shit about dudes and their physical appearances and stuff like that, but you could tell that hair ain't there. You could tell that them lashes and all that makeup that they splatter on their face, you know, you can tell that's all hot, that they hiding something behind there. And you talk all that shit, but let me see you without it, right? Like my man Cat Williams say, man, put it on the line and let's meet face to face. Let's see who really the ugly motherfucker, right? Some of them just be hiding behind that stuff. It's crazy. Oh, I know you're not asking me who's Vice Ganda. I know you know, bro. I know you know Vice Ganda. But one thing that I cannot say, one thing that I can say is I respect that comedian's hustle. Y'all don't know. Vice Ganda old as hell. I think motherfucker in his 50s now. Jose Visceral. And yes, I don't ask me how I know that person's real name, but yes, Vice Ganda. Her hustle game is something else, man. She came up in the comedy circuit, like the underground comedy circuit in the Philippines and stuff like that. I and my brother and my father, we went to like a comedy show that was happening in Davao, like just before, you know, she blew up and all that good shit. So that was like the first time I ever heard of her. Now, you know, Philippine box off movies and stuff like that. And, you know, she's got all these endorsements and shit. So her hustle game and her come up was really not like anything else. And you can only respect it. That motherfucker make money now. Like, that motherfucker got bread. right? I think she married her boyfriend or something in like Vegas or some shit like that. I mean, motherfucker got bread, so I can't be mad at her for what she's done. Like it's just what it is, man. You just gotta respect it, man. It's a come up story that's actually very interesting. Not telling you to go read into it, but she really didn't make her name for herself until she was like well into her adult life, like her 40s, man, like mid 40s or something like that. That's like when her career really started to take off and shit. So she's one of those ones that I actually like know the story of because for some reason, just doing backstory shit, just want to know like how you even come to be who you are today, man. And you realize this motherfucker was hustling. You just gotta, gotta respect it for sure. Ness, you said that you may be biased for your own country, which you should be, but I still like our original light brown to tan, the Morena skin complexion, then pale white skin, especially for men. Yeah, I do prefer my young ladies to have a tan. See, my wife is not pale, right? She's not pale. She might be more on the whiter skin complexion, but she's not pale. All right. And don't get me wrong, that tan skin is very, very sexy. That shit's sexy. Just what it is, man. Like, there's something about it that's just fucking gorgeous, right? There's something about the skin complexion. Again, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh man, I'm not gonna, date any girl unless she's Morena skin, or I'm not gonna date a girl unless she's white skin, or anything like that. It's not really a skin or colorism bias because I don't have that, right? Because it ain't like that with Doc. I'm the type of person, I have every right to have a standard, but when it comes to the color of your skin, there's just no way in this world that I think you should be picky. Right? I don't think that should be, the picky shit. You shouldn't be picky based on the color of somebody's skin. Yeah, you got a preference on body type, preference on, certain physical characteristics and shit like that. But I kind of feel like if you just completely toss somebody to the side base because they don't have the color of the skin that you like, I feel like that's a little fucked up. But again, like I said, I guess that still falls under preference. So what do I know? But yes, light brown, Morena Filipinas is just it, bro. I like them too. My wife is right where she need to be though. She's kind of like, what did I call it? I called her something the other day. That was kind of reminding me of her skin complexion. I forgot. If I remember, I'll let you guys know. He said, well, I've been following you for a long time, bro. I appreciate it. That video's old. If you remember that video, bro, you've been down for the good stuff for a long time, and I appreciate that one, bro. I gotta show love and give love where your love is given, bro. That video's old. I can't even remember when I made it, but you remember it? That's just crazy. He said, I'm talking about women when dating. Oh, I think that was a comment I missed. Oh, not pictures of me. You said you got to show me pictures of you growing up. You said I'm talking about women when dating. Look, man. I don't want to get myself in trouble. Okay. The wife is asleep, so I can speak freely. And we're about 57 minutes into this live show. So I can say this shit and I don't really feel like she'll make it to this part of the video because she will not be watching. She don't watch my lives. If she's not watching it when it's happening, she ain't gonna go back and rewatch my shit. She just don't. She don't got the energy for that. We be doing shit, right? But man, my dating history is crazy. Oh my God. Marcus was a deviant, bro. And anybody who knows who Marcus is, y'all know who Marcus is. If you don't know who Marcus is, I will explain who Marcus is, but that motherfucker was a deviant. And coming up, it was a time to be alive, guys. Keep in mind, me and my brother were the only foreign students in our college. That doesn't mean that we were running through the college, but keep in mind, being one of very few foreign students in country, period. Ooh, what a time to be alive. We're talking about what, 2000? Don't let me lie to you. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, our reign. Well, my brother's reign, we'll say, was between 03 and 2010. That was about his time. I came in 06 and didn't leave the 2017. So you're talking about a 10, 11-year stretch of pure madness, bro. it was it was something that I did take pictures for memories, so they do exist. I'm not gonna lie, but what a time to be alive, y'all. Early 2000s, not too many foreigners traveling to the country. And I often say this, and anybody who's listened to me before, people often ask me, what is my biggest regret? I wish I started my YouTube channel back then. I wish I started my YouTube channel when YouTube started. All right. I would have never had to leave the Philippines, like for real, because I had content for days, and it wasn't so much dating around a bunch of women. But keep in mind, if I just went to my college, right, had my phone out and just said, "Hey, say hello to the camera, guys. You know, I'm filming this for my YouTube channel." You know, all the girls in their little school uniforms and shit back in the day, man, they would have had to fuck it. They would have had them dudes feeding, bro, because them uniforms are cute. Still think they're cute to this day, man. It's good times, good times. It was a time to be alive, guys. I am never going to ever forget those times. Can't, man. I can't, no matter how hard I try. Those are the best times, man. Do I wish I could go back? Yeah, kinda. But I was on rampage. It was bad. It's really bad, really bad. Had I not had a sit down conversation, the doc would probably still be tearing through them shits to this day. He said, Dr. Mike, how are the prices in the Philippines compared to the last time you were there? I have a video coming out soon about grocery shopping. Prices are a little different, brother. They're a little bit on the high end. My everyday though activities though, I still eat in Manila. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did a lot of Grab. I hate Grab. Grab is the devil. I fucking hate Grab. I hate Grab food and stuff, because where we stayed at, and I say this in the video, so you'll hear me repeat this in the videos, but where we stayed at though, we weren't really near anything in Manila. You know, where we stayed at the first apartment, we weren't near anything good, so we had to grab everything, and we're talking about 500, 600, up to 700 pesos every meal. And sometimes we ate twice a day, sometimes we was able to just get once a day and we would be cool, but it added up. And again, that's Grab, and Grab's not too expensive, right? What are we talking about? $14 a meal or some shit for both of us to eat. Don't sound too bad, but then again, you know the rules, man. Think of it in pesos, not in dollars. It's 700 pesos, right? 600, 700 pesos on average per meal. That's just wild. Like, come on now. Keep in mind, I lived in the Philippines, all right? So I've been there, I've done that shit. So it hit me a little bit harder than it would to your, to somebody who's your first timer, right? Who's been there, like, man, what is it, man? $10, man? Shit. If I did DoorDash or Uber Eats and shit like that, I'd spend like $30, man. I'd spend like over 1,000 pesos, man. So this ain't nothing for me, right? I get it, but it hurt me a lot. And we could say that that was based on just Grab, but even going grocery shopping is a little bit more on the expensive side. But I went to where did I go? Where was I eating at recently? Just at a Carinderia though. Those Carinderia prices, those shits are light work for sure. Me and my wife ate a meal for like 150, 2 cups of rice, a viand, which is whatever type of meat we chose, which some of it was pork adobo, sometimes it was chicken curry, sometimes it was pork chop, whatever it may be, fried pork chop. So, it was super cheap. I honestly, if you can stomach it, because I know that I can, because I've been there, I've done that, and I got that cast iron stomach. I would always recommend you just eat the food off. That sounds crazy to say eat the food off the street, but you get what I'm saying, right? If you can go to your Carinderas, the local eateries and shit like that, I'd recommend it, because you come out way better, right? Way better than going to the grocery store, shopping and picking up the food and doing this, that, and the other, that. Her cooking it, it's not really your apartment. It's an Airbnb, so you got to make sure you clean up after yourself and all that shit. It becomes a pain in the dick. It really was. That's really where I kind of had to draw the line at when I went to the grocery store. You'll see the video of me in the grocery store. But I kind of had to draw the line after that. I'm like, fuck this, man. Let me just go to the street, find something out on the street. All right. But the food, your everyday average, going to McDonald's and stuff like that, those McDonald's prices definitely went up. And what I'm starting to understand, though, is even the food taste, though, that shit's changed a lot, too, bro. It's definitely changed a lot. Food taste, food price, of course, is going up. Again, inflation ain't shit, but it is what it is. But it's changed a little bit. He said Dr. Mike is hanging out my den. Hey now, go play the piano. Hey, look, this is every foreigner's Airbnb now. Let's chill out. Chill out. We all got the Airbnb with the piano in the background. Chill out. Chill out. My man said play something on the piano. Hey, I don't know if y'all think I'm Mozart or Beethoven in this bitch, but I think it looked prettier just sitting over there than me getting up and playing it. Just let it look, just look pretty in the background. Right? That's it. That's it. You said ask a dog for the incriminating evidence, bro. The crazy thing is the evidence exists. Fuck, that's the problem. It does exist under lock and key in the vault, man. Under lock and key in the vault, it does exist though. Bro, you know me, man. I can't do it, bro. Can't do it. Can't do it. I wish I could do it, but I can't. What made your brother choose Korea? When he was in the Air Force, he had a duty station over in Korea. I really do believe that if he had a choice, I think he probably would have chose Japan before he chose Korea, because he always told me he loved Japan a little bit more than he liked Korea. But at the same time, he met his wife over there. He was back and forth and stuff like that, and I think Korea just kind of fit, fit what he was wanting, fit what he needed, and overall, he just said Korea was what it was going to be for him. Now, again, we have all agreed this is a family pact, father, sons, and all. We've all agreed that the Philippines is where it's going to be when it's all said and done. All right. Him and his wife understand that. Me and my wife understand that. My dad's already got a condo there, so there's really no need for understanding there. But it's always going to be the Philippines for all of us. But right now, Korea, he's actually working there too. So his wife's got a business there, and he's working there too. So it's kind of like just what it is for the moment. And I think he rocks with it. He deals with it the way that he can. Korea's not easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. But that was only because I was there for a short period of time, of course. But it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy being greasy, brother. Man, it's not easy being greasy, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Bro, it was a time to be alive, man. I can't say that enough, man. I cannot say that enough, man. It was beautiful in its own right. It was too much. I think to that much access at such a young age was very, very dangerous for me. It truly was. But I'm glad that I made it through and came out relatively unscathed, i.e., I ain't get no girl pregnant. Thank God. I mean, at least I don't believe there's no little Dr. Mike TV running around here. I mean, nobody's come to me yet and said, yo, this motherfucker might be yours. Nobody's ever said that. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I've been checked. Let me stop. Let me stop. I get doctor checkups, so I make sure everything's functioning, make sure ain't no issues there. So I do believe that I relatively came out unscathed. So relatively, I mean, I've had my fair share of crazies though. That's one thing you can't escape. Crazy is crazy. Crazy is crazy. And Filipinas, it's bad juju, man. If you get on their bad side, bro, it can be problematic. Super, super problematic, man. Super problematic. Again, unscathed. Korea got easy for me for the for the more trios I made. Oh, the more trips. I think you meant trips, brother. Yes. Every time that you go, it's gonna get easier. Yeah. And the first time was just figuring it out. I knew that I was gonna be fucked up, right? 100%. I knew I wasn't gonna get it right. I knew there was gonna be some things I was gonna get wrong. I knew I was gonna say some of the words wrong. I knew it, right? But now that I know what I need to know, what, conversational shit that I need to know and be prepared for the next time, getting around with the buses and stuff, that was pretty much a little bit easier again because I had the applications. Oh yeah, man, I think the next time should be a little bit better. I do believe that the next time around should be pretty dope, right? And I'm cool with that, right? It's just one day at a time and one trip at a time for sure. And because I don't see my brother leaving there anytime soon, I do believe that there will be a trip in the future for me to go back and, spend a little bit of time with my OG, triple OG, triple trip. It is what it is. But yeah, I know it's easier for him now because I could hear him speaking, the language and shit. I thought that was pretty dope. I said, look at my boy over here, fucking killing that shit too, man. Making that shit sound all smooth and shit. I said, this motherfucker here. You know how when you get jealous of somebody, look at this motherfucker over here acting like you know everything. Yeah, that was me, man. I was being a little hater. But yeah, I loved it though, man. But like I said, man, the whole dating aspect in Korea, it's not easy for everybody. I'm gonna tell you the truth. How you find girls in there, it's gonna differ. It's definitely gonna differ. Because some of y'all may find girls in online settings if you're lucky, but most of the time there are no sites dedicated specifically to foreigners looking to date Korean women because, again, let's call it for what it is. Most Koreans are likely looking to date Korean men, right? And that's what it is. It's okay. It's fine. No different than most people of most cultures are looking to date within their own people, right? So not too many dating applications dedicated to that, but you can find ways to talk to somebody if you want to. It's just gonna take a little bit of work. He said go to Jeju and Busan next time. That train to Busan, man. I thought about it too, right? I really did. The bullet train, I really wanted to ride it. I really wanted to record just being on the train, even taking the metro, right? The Kakao, that was the app, Kakao Metro. Taking the metro lines and stuff. I wanted to do all of that stuff, but at the same time, I just found it easy to get on the bus, right? The bus was my shit. Like, I found out that the bus was me. I could do that shit. The bus was cool, right? I can't say, my understanding of the metro lines and changing and switching over and going over here, doing all that stuff would have been easy. If it was just, hey, yo, get your ass on right here, get off right here, and it was just like that, a flat straight line, I probably would have been able to get to it. But if I had to jump lines and stuff and get on the different metros, it probably would have confused the hell out of me because, sometimes the apps be hitting, sometimes they don't, right? So next time, Bidal, man, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of everything, right? I'm definitely gonna try to do a little bit of everything. But my brother does work, right? He got a job. So it's not as if he was free all day long. So it was me really trying to figure it out on my own. He would show me, yo, man, get on the app, do this, do that. You want to go here, just put in your destination, do that, and then just follow it where it tells you to do. I would put in the walking thing so that it'll show me how to walk to, what station I need to get to, what lines I need to get on and stuff like that. And it was absolutely perfect, right? That worked, right? And I'm sure that train to Busan is probably not necessarily hard either. I'm pretty sure I could have got on it by myself, but then again, I was like, bro, I'm not really trying to go into a different area at the moment, man. I was just trying to get acclimated to the area, just trying to figure this shit out, right? Get acclimated to one area, let alone try to go to a whole different area. I wish I would have gave Seoul a chance as well, but like I said, I wasn't trying to do Seoul by myself, right? I mean, because my brother's been there. He knows it. So what better than, hey, man, next time I go, we'll stay in Seoul first before we go to Suwon. So he said, yeah, that'll probably be the best way to handle it the next time. And I'm like, that's what's up. But yeah, man, transportation to Korea is top notch and cheap. Oh, it's so fucking cheap. Cheap. Yeah, man, it's top notch and it's cheap, man. It's damn near the only way to get around, right? It is the only way to get around. The transportation in Korea is definitely cheap and it's sound. It's solid. Like, I swear by it. Again, a foreigner who ain't never been nowhere in his lifetime. If this was my first trip anywhere in the world, I'd swear on it. Yo, the transportation is top notch there in the country, bro. It's definitely top notch. All right, y'all. I didn't want to keep y'all on very long, but for the chosen few who chose to come through, talk to the good doc this evening, I appreciate it. Maybe we'll do more lives now. Philippine internet is hella unreliable. Y'all know that, right? The Philippine internet is just fucking unreliable. Like 1 minute it hits, 1 minute it didn't. All I can do is pray that I went off without a hitch, no glitches or anything like that. I'm trying to watch it on a playback, but at the same time, maybe I did get it, maybe I didn't. You know, maybe there was some glitches, maybe not. But again, to all of my people who showed up today, shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate it. Again, good doc, just getting back into this live shit, so I'm not mad at the numbers. Can't be. Anybody come through, spend a little bit of time with me, I appreciate you, man. Y'all know y'all mean more to me than the world because y'all are like my outlet. Y'all the motherfuckers I get to talk to when I don't feel like talking to nobody else around me. So I'm gonna try my best to do more live shows, a lot more Q&As, just come through, politic with you guys, ask me shit, because at the same time, maybe there is something in my opinion, or maybe a little bit of gems that I could drop if so necessary, right? But again, ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun. You know, it has been real. With time for the good night to go and get to getting. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.